Shalom and welcome to Biblical Hebrew, Bereishit. Bereishit, chapter 1, verse 14. V'yomer Elohim Yehi Me'orot Birkia Hashamayim Lahavdil Bein Hayom Uvein Halayla V'hayu Le'otot Ulmoadim Ulyamim Veshanim. Traditional translation: And God said, Let there be luminaries in the expanse of the heavens, to separate between the day and between the night, and they shall be for signs and for appointed seasons and for days and years. V'yomer. Traditional translation: And so said. The vav is a prefix that means and. Yomer is a verb that means to say, to answer, to say in one's heart, to think, to command, to promise, to intend. Elohim. Traditional translation: God. It is a masculine noun that means God, goddess, godlike one, works or special possessions of God, or the true God. It comes from the root word Elo, which is a masculine noun that means God or false god. Yehi. Traditional translation: It was. This is generally not translated. Me'orot. Traditional translation: Let there be luminaries. Me'or is a masculine noun that means light or luminary. It comes from the root word or, which is a verb that means to become light, to shine, to illuminate, to light up, or to kindle. The tav is a suffix and indicates feminine words. Birkia. Traditional translation: In the expanse. The bait is a prefix that means in. Rakia is a masculine noun that means extended surface, expanse, or firmament. It comes from the root word rakah, which is a verb that means to beat, to stamp out, to overlay, to make a spreading. Hashamayim. Traditional translation: Of the heavens. The hay is a prefix that means the. Shamayim is a masculine noun that means heaven as in the abode of God, or heaven, heavens, or sky. Lahavdil. Traditional translation: To separate. The lamed is a prefix that means to. The hay is a prefix that means the, but is generally not translated. Vadil is a verb that means to separate, to divide, to sever, to make a distinction, difference, to divide into parts. Bain. Traditional translation: Between. It's a preposition that means between or among. Hayom. Traditional translation: The day. Hay is a prefix that means the. Yom is a masculine noun that means day, time, or year. Uvein. Traditional translation: And between. The vav is a prefix that means and. Vein is a preposition that means between or among. Halayla. Traditional translation: The night. The hay is a prefix that means the. Layla is a masculine noun that means night, of gloom or protective shadow. V'hayu. Traditional translation: And they shall be. Le'otot. Traditional translation: For signs. The lamed is a prefix that means for. Otot is a feminine noun that means sign, signal, or token. Ulmoadim. Traditional translation: And for appointed seasons. The vav is a prefix that means and. The lamed is a prefix that means for. Mo'ad is a masculine noun that means appointed place, appointed time, meeting, sacred season, set feast, or appointed season. It comes from the root word ya'ad, which is a verb that means to fix, appoint, assemble, meet, or set. The mem is a suffix and indicates plurality. Ulyamim. traditional translation, and for days. The vav is a prefix that means and. The lamed is a prefix that means for. Yamim is a masculine noun, in this case plural, that means days. It comes from the masculine noun that means days, times, or years. Vashanim, traditional translation, and years. Vav is a prefix that means and. Shanim is a feminine noun, in this case plural, that means years. It comes from the root word shana, which is a verb that means to repeat, do again, change, or alter. Thank you for listening. Shalom.